Over the next week, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite open guard positions, the leg weave. It's a variation of spider guard. I've also heard it called the leg lasso. I love these sweeps, and I've got 7 of them. I'm going to show you the basic entry that I use, my favorite, very effective, very simple, and then I'm going to go through the whole sequence of sweeps for if my opponent does this, you do this. All right, so I'm here in closed guard. I'm going to look to move into that arm weave or the leg lasso. So I control both sleeves. With my legs, I'm going to start to disengage and move into almost a scissor sweep type position. That will allow me to get one leg in and one leg out. So I come in, you see I've brought that knee across, and then I'm going to open it up here. I like to have both feet on the hips. This shin that is up in the middle is going to stop Derek or another person that's heavier than me from putting a lot of weight on me. This gives me a good buffer. Once I've dominated this position, I am going to start to shrimp away with my hips. Both feet are on the hips, and it gives me a good strong base so that he can't come into me. And you can see that it's starting to stretch his body out. That's exactly what I want, predominantly this arm right here. Everyone sees that. So from here, I'm going to leg lasso. I'm going to bring my leg all the way around. I don't want to kick Derek in the face. I'm going to bring my foot down to the hip. You can see that I've entered all the way up to the knee. Now, I know that each school does this a little bit differently. Come up to the side there. I know that each school does this a little bit differently. I've seen a lot of people that hook right here with the ankle, and that's not necessarily wrong. That's just different than the way that I do it. I like connecting my whole leg so that I get the maximum power from my hip into his body. If I do eventually go flat to my back, that's the type of power that I want in that sweep. So I bring that leg all the way in. Now I'm going to look to entice Derek to pass. This foot right here is a great way to stop that, but whether he stuffs it to the inside or I bring it to the inside, it doesn't really matter. You don't even need this hand. If you want to let go, once you have this, life is good. You've got a lot of options, okay? So I'm going to bring that foot in, and you'll see it from another angle in a second. My shin and my foot is on the top of his hip. Now, Derek might feel like he can pass. Great. If he doesn't want to pass, we can entice him to pass by underhooking and pulling myself underneath him. But more often than not, this sweep is effective when they are actually trying to move around the outside. So Derek goes to move around the outside right here, and I'm going to control underneath the leg. So he started to pass. I'm blocking with my shin in here. The big mistake that people make is they get here and they try to push away, and Derek has base back there. I may be able to get some success against people that are my size, maybe a little bit smaller, but against big people, they're going to have too much base for that. So this knee right here is the key. We connected it to the shoulder, so what we want to do is turn this knee all the way out. I'm going to try and pull my knee across. I will go cross flat to my back, but my ultimate goal is to make him post that hand. So when I come over here and he posts that hand, now he's loaded up on my shins. I am going to maintain good control of this thigh right here. I'm going to push away with my shins. Now he has no base on that far side. It is very important that we made him base on that hand first. So as I push him away, I'm going to maintain control of this thigh. You see how I'm holding on to it? And I do like to hold on to this hand until I come all the way up. This hand right here around the thigh lets me control how fast his back goes to the floor. If it does go to the floor rapidly, it will pull me up on top of him. From here, you need to be very careful with this shin over the bicep that we don't get a submission here. If you're over brown belt, it's no problem. If you're under brown belt level, this can get you in trouble. So I like to chalk the head, raise my hips, drop, and bend inside control. Double sleeve control. Enter into that scissor sweep, open up those knees. Shrimp. Leg weave, don't kick him in the face, all the way down to the knee. From here, foot to the top of the hip, he starts to pass. That's cool. I pull him across. Don't just push him away, pull him across. Maintaining control here, now that he's loaded up on the shins, I push him away. Holding onto that hand, connect, hip up, drop, and here. Controlling both sleeves. Enter into that scissor sweep, open up. Shrimp, look how I'm stretching that arm out, perfect. Leg lasso all the way in. Look at how my foot is down at the hip. Do not let them collapse this knee in. That will get you into trouble. We'll look at what to do from that in a second. Open up that knee, right? I let go, I put that foot, he starts to pass. That's okay. Pull him over, push him away. Look, I'm holding on to that thigh. Sitting up, raise that hips, all the way down. Control, enter into that scissor sweep. Open, shrimp, leg lasso. All the way through, pull him over. push them away, bottom up, and on top. Very, very simple sweep, very common sweep, highly effective, but you need to make sure, if you're doing my variation, that you lasso all the way up to the knee and that you pull all the way across you before you push away. The last big mistake that people make, they leave this leg dangling and they only get one shin on the chest. Make sure that you have both shins up and not one shin down. You can sometimes still get the sweep, but people with good hip control, good base, are going to lead to problems.